What's up? Good afternoon. It's 2 o'clock here in beautiful Miami, and I am doing my first live in a very long time here on Instagram. I want to say thank you so much for being here. My friend Kuba is going to join us, and I'm wearing a hat because I didn't want to wash my hair. I'm having a bad hair day, so I was like, fuck it, I'll put on a hat, and I look even more festive, so why not? Although it's weird to wear a hat inside. It's kind of weird. Okay, what's up, guys? Thank you for being here. What's up, Jadelle? Do I say it right, Jadelle? I love when I see you because you're a real one, and I love your red, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yes, I moved, and it was such a horrible process. It was really hard. It was just me and my roommate. We couldn't afford to hire a moving company. Yeah, we're downgrading so that I can invest more in my future, okay, and not just spend all my money on my present. So you guys might have seen me in that really big fancy apartment for a year. Yeah, I had to downgrade because that's the wrong move to make. I realized, and so I got a much cheaper place. Yeah, I tried to have a nice background. It didn't really work. I don't know. I'm still getting used to this place. Okay, sorry. Let me let Kuba in. I'm already saying too much. And I'm not even talking about the topic. The topic today is how to stay full and feel satisfied as a new fruit-based healthy vegan. Yes, thank you, Jadelle. Thank you so much. So yeah, when you first get into the lifestyle, there are some changes that you're going to have to make, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it. And if change, if change could happen without us making conscious decisions, then everybody would have the body and health of their dreams. You've got to know the tips and tricks on how to stay healthy and feel full and satisfied when you first become a healthy vegan. Okay, so let me get Kuba in here. I'm sorry, Kuba. Such a long intro. Wait, you haven't even requested. Oh, yeah, you have. No, I didn't have my daily dose, but luckily it's in my veins, Frank, so I'm good on the watermelon. Okay, here we go. Let's get focused. Focus. How will Kuba join us? Okay, perfect.
What's up?
Hey, Kuba, I gotta situate my phone and...
I was just wearing a hat because I'm having a bad hair day today. I decided to wear my hat inside the house.
Well, this will also hopefully help me not touch my hair because a lot of haters have been recently asking me to stop touching my hair, and they're right. Okay, I think I'll just be all white. That looks better.
Why do you care about the haters?
What?
Why do you care about the haters?
I don't, but they are saying it, and I gotta listen because I gotta read those comments. I wish I didn't have to read them, but the comments come in. Okay, focus. So, we're talking today. Thank you for joining me, Kuba. What are you eating?
Thank you for having me. I just had a pineapple, and now I'm having some dates as dessert. Just a few. Because I'm still hungry, but I don't have time to make a smoothie. So
Yes.
I'm gonna risk damage to my teeth.
So me and Kuba have been living a healthy fruit-based diet for a long time now. So we're the perfect people to talk about this. Kuba, why don't you tell everyone in a few minutes your history with eating a fruit-based diet, how long you've been doing it, and just a little bit of insight into who you are.
Okay, I'll try to keep it brief. So I've started my journey about 8 years ago when my dad got sick with stomach cancer. So the story is kind of sad. He got stomach cancer, and while he was going through all that and eventually passed away after 2.5 months of that, I was learning about an alkaline diet. I read The Crazy Sexy Diet by Chris Carr, and she was explaining the science behind an alkaline diet versus an acidic diet. An acidic diet is like a standard American diet or the standard cultural diets that we grew up with, most of us, with lots of meat and dairy and processed foods, and how it's acidic on our bodies. And then she said how plants basically plants are alkaline. So it just made a lot of sense, and then I got into it, and then it wasn't long before I came across the raw vegans, and I saw a dude, Kevin Costmo, showing how strong he got from sick and tired to thriving. And then he just said like fruits and vegetables at the end of the video, and then that just clicked for me, like fruits and vegetables. It made so much sense. So yeah, so I got into it, and then I went on my own after like trying to do it with family, but it's kind of really hard on my own. And I went through a transformation. I was still eating like some salmon, so I wasn't fully vegan, but I was eating fruit all day, and then maybe like either a salad at night or like steamed vegetables with some salmon, but not every day, like twice a week. And then like maybe sweet potatoes and carrots. And I went through this transformation. I got really skinny, but I felt really light, really energetic, more happy, just like smiling for no reason, more confident. So I knew that like that was the path for me. And then I went home and fell off, and like, you know, it's been a journey. And then thankfully eventually made it to the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and then Austin Fruit Fest, and then connected with my tribe. And when I'm there, I'm like really like vibing high, because it's so easy to do the lifestyle when you're surrounded by like-minded people. And drinking sugarcane juice fresh in the morning from Ms.FitVegan, and
And you,
yeah.
and
Me, I joined the team. I was on the produce team a couple of years, and then I like joined the sugarcane team because I would hang out there anyways in the morning. So I'm like, might as well like do that as part of my shift. Get to hang out at the station all day, make everyone happy. So yeah, I've been living like, I'll go through periods of fully raw, periods of some cooked, but I eat fruit all day and really try to get my greens in. I drink a lot of fresh juices, eat salads at night, and then if I have cooked food, it's like with my salad or something like that, or if I'm going out or whatever. But actually, I've been pretty raw for the past few months, feeling really good. And then I was just like, I got really skinny. I can't help it. I get skinny. And the new year started, and I'm like, I want to try to put on some weight. I'm going to try to eat some cooked food. For me, it's like some chickpeas, like bean kind of stuff. But I haven't been feeling as good, you know? So now I'm just like, now I'm resetting. I'm like, I got to reset with the raw. Like, the cooked food is not working for me. The digestion is just like so slow, more sluggish. And then I want to use salt and things to, even like big salads, I'm like using salt and stuff. So I'm like, I need a break from all that. I'm going to just like eat fruit, drink smoothies, have lots of greens in my smoothies. If I want some fat, I could put avocado in my smoothies. But yeah, take a break from like the nuts and seeds, and all this stuff is like really heavy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, okay, I want to touch on a few things you just said. So the first thing is like, I totally relate to when you said you heard fruit and veggies at the end of a video, right? And like, that's what happened to me. So somebody said like fruit and vegetables are the healthiest things on earth. Why don't we just eat those? And I was like, wait a minute, why don't we? Like, hello, it's the healthiest thing on earth. It's the only thing that it promotes health. Everything else takes away from your health, you know? And so, and it's not that like fruit and vegetables make you healthy, it's that they don't get in the way of the body doing what it needs to do. You know, the body is designed to keep you healthy. So fruit and veggies, they don't do what we think they do. They just don't get in the way. So, you know, when you eat a fruit-based diet, you naturally become who you're supposed to be, physically, mentally, spiritually. So that's one thing that I related to. And then the other thing you said was you were hanging out at the sugarcane station at Woodstock Fruit Festival, and you were like, I might as well just work here. And literally, when you said that, Kuba, I thought of like, oh my God, that's what life is about. We're supposed to just do the things that we naturally love to do, and that we do anyway. We're supposed to be getting paid for those things. Yeah. Really. That's why we were born. That's why the universe put us here, is to be creative and do the things that inspire us and give us energy and get paid to do those things. So you just made me think of that stuff when you were talking.
That makes so much sense. I'm glad I made you think of it, and you realized it, and now I'm realizing it. You're right.
So, okay, so Kuba, yeah. So how long? It's been 8 years?
8 years, yeah.
Yeah. And so Kuba, it's been 8 years.
This is around the time that my dad got sick 8 years ago.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And for me, it was, I went vegetarian in 2010. For those of you that are brand new, that are following Kuba and not following me, I went vegetarian in 2010, vegan in 2011. I went straight from vegetarian to raw vegan. I have been living on a fruit-based diet for most of that time. For the first few years, I was eating very little fruit and lots of raw vegan gourmet. Okay, I lived in New York, and I was like, I had a very good job. I had a lot of money, you know, and like I didn't No, I thought the raw vegan diet was like this like very expensive, very exclusive diet that you do like if you can afford to go to restaurants every night and drink $16 green juices and get, just like living the life, $22 bars of cacao. I used to buy like some crazy stuff. In New York City, you can really you can run through all of your children's savings eating a raw vegan diet. You know what I mean? Because like it was
But
just
you
so
get like fancy stuff, but it's all raw. So it's like easy to be raw, but it's not necessarily healthy.
no, not at all. And so that was the first few years of my raw vegan journey. And then I learned about the high fruit-based diet. Fruit-based diet is a game changer, guys. And you don't need to be raw to eat a fruit-based diet. Okay? Eat fruit, get money. Yeah. Frank, I was going to put that on a shirt, but I decided eat fruit, be cute. But eat fruit, get money. That's a good one. Frank, you should make that shirt. Okay. What's up, Jess? I love you. What's up, Bree? Oh, I have such good people here right now. Sid, what's up? Ooh, I got my people. Okay. I'm nervous. Hold on. Okay, so now let me try to stay on topic because Kuba is like one of my very good friends, so we can get off topic here. So if I'm
We're
gonna
passionate about a lot of stuff, but the main topic is what is it? How to fuel up or stay filled
people
up?
and satisfied on a
Right,
fruit diet.
on a fruit-based diet, yes.
So the reason I tell you my early journey is to let you know that I tried the raw vegan diet where I eat a lot of fat and I eat a lot of cacao, avocados, oils, nuts and seeds and gourmet stuff. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I did not feel good. I mean, listen, I saw some improvement from eating dead animal body parts, but if you want to feel your best and look your best and be glowing like me and Kuba, okay, then you need to eat a fruit-based diet. And in the beginning, that can be hard to feel full and satisfied. So me and Kuba are going to give you some tips. I wrote a few down. Kuba, would you like to start it off? What is like one of your best tips on how to stay full and satisfied eating a healthy fruit-based diet?
I just do want to say there's people thriving that are not fruit-based, that are like doing lots of greens and stuff. But like,
Oh, like whom?
I just watched Ronnie interview Karen Calabrese. She's not that, she eats fruit, but she's like more focused on greens. And Lou Corona's more like high fat and greens. But the thing is, like I could do higher fat, but I need to use like Lou Corona's probiotics and enzymes because the enzymes are doing all the work and the probiotics are feeding my gut biome, and I feel good. But then I ran out of those products and I didn't feel good anymore eating that way.
I don't know a person thriving on a green-based or fat-based diet personally. So I would personally, and this is just a show where we give our opinions, I would personally say I don't think it's possible. I think you can thrive on a cooked starch-based diet with lots of fresh fruit and vegetables, and I think you can thrive on a fruit-based diet, but I don't know how to survive and thrive on a very low-calorie fruit-based diet.
Yeah, it's hard. I haven't done it because I'm like, how will I do it? Like I need fat, but then the fat I don't feel as good if I have too much fat.
Same.
Unless I have the products, which one day I will afford. But the fruit has just been my staple, like my go-to, like to keep me fueled and keep me satisfied. So what'd you ask me? What's the number one tip?
What would be one tip that you would give to a brand newbie, a new person to a fruit-based diet?
The one tip
To
is
stay
what I
full.
just did before this call is stock up. Like I just went and just stocked up. Like I bought so many bananas, so many oranges, clementines, apples, and the golden kiwis. So this is two tips. Stock up, just buy a lot of fruit. So make sure your house is or your kitchen is covered in fruit so that you always have enough on hand. And the mistake I just did this week is that I should have bought bananas earlier so that when my bananas finished, I have ripe ones. Now I gotta wait till they ripen. So I gotta use like some mangoes and some other stuff. But so my one tip is to stock up, just buy a lot of fruit. So make sure you have more than you need, more than you think you need. And the second one is to buy the fruit that you will enjoy. So I buy the golden kiwis, even though they're more expensive than the regular kiwis, because they're so much more delicious, so sweet, so satisfying. And they're also like, I find them to be ripened faster. The other kiwis sometimes take so long. So stock up and buy the things that you will enjoy eating. So I'm doing my best. It's wintertime. Mallorca, thankfully, like tomorrow I'm going to do more shopping like I go to 3 different stores. for different things, I'm gonna go to the store where I get cherimoyas and get cherimoyas so that I have like some tropical fruit too. Otherwise, I'm like mangoes. I put in my green smoothies. I buy a lot of greens as well, and then lots of bananas just to get by through the winter. Because it's
Yeah.
not like all these fruits, and like if they are, they're like more expensive and not always good, like papayas and stuff. So I don't really risk it. So I buy pineapple in the plastic just because I see it's golden. Because then I know it's like it's good, you know.
Yeah, great tips. I would definitely recommend those two as well. Something you said was, well, I just wanted to get to the comments real quick. So Jadelle said you need supplements on a fat-based diet or you won't thrive. I agree with
That's what
that.
I'm saying. Like I'm able to do it with supplements.
And Frank wants us to flex. Oh, our fruit stash. Yeah. So talking about Kuba's point, let me flip. Can I flip the camera? No, let me not flip it. Okay, I agree with Kuba's point. So you need to get fruit that you love. Right now,
I miss
I love
Miami.
star fruit. Yeah.
There's so much tropical fruits.
Yeah. Right now, I love these star fruit because they're fresh from the tree and they taste amazing. But if you cannot find things that taste amazing, that you can't find tropical fruit for some reason, I would recommend buying frozen fruit because for some reason, I have found that frozen fruit. Oh, you're going to show us your fruit stash?
Yeah, but you can keep talking. I'll show you my frozen fruits then. So
Yeah,
I buy
so
like,
frozen fruit.
I bought like 4 bags of pineapple because then I know it's good too when it's frozen. And I just put pineapple, mango, and greens in my smoothie. Sometimes a banana. I got blueberries. Basically pineapple and berries. What I live off of with banana smoothie.
Yes, so that actually leads me to the first tip, okay? My first tip, so Kuba's tip was to stock the fuck up, okay, there you go, and to make sure and have fruit at different stages, okay? Prioritize your fruit ripening process. If you want to prioritize your health, you're going to have to take that extra step. Okay, my first tip is to get in the smoothies. Smoothies are a great way to pack in 800 to 1,000 calories in one meal, especially if you put lots of bananas and dates in the smoothie, okay? Bananas are 100 calories each. Dates are about 65 calories each. You can get a 1,000-calorie smoothie very easily, putting in 5 bananas and like 10 dates right there, okay? So, you know, listen, it's easy to do it if you drink smoothies because smoothies are something that's great for high-calorie meals. And if you want to feel full and satisfied, you have to eat enough calories. You know, the person that asked me this question, I can't remember who asked me, but I hope they're watching and I hope they understand that if you are feeling hungry on a fruit-based diet, right, or a raw vegan or a healthy vegan diet, you're not eating enough. When you eat enough, you will not feel hungry. So just know that you're used to maybe eating more dense calorie foods, especially if you're used to eating animal body parts. There's a lot of calories in animal body parts. Okay, there's a lot of diseases in there as well, a lot of parasites in there as well, a lot of mercury and and disgusting things, right? Blood and tissue and tendons and hormones. Yeah, antibiotics.
Milk?
And animal body parts. So anyway, so we need to make sure and have an abundance of calories, which is going to look like a lot more food than you're used to in your old previous life. You know, I go out to eat with people still after 10 years of eating this way, and people just, they still ask me, like, are you going to eat all that food? Are you going to eat all those grapes? Yeah, I'm probably going to eat all these grapes and probably more. Like, it's not the same. It's not the same. We're eating a water-based diet. So it's not going to look the same as a meat-based diet. Okay, so that's my first tip. Smoothies. Smoothies are your best friend if you're feeling not full and satisfied. Okay, I'll give another tip because Kuba gave 2, and I will not be showing up on my own channel. Wait, but I want to get some comments. Thank you guys. All right, Frank said 8.
They can't do it in the winter.
Barb said, I love fruit and making ice cream, but when it's 2 degrees in New York, I just can't do it. I want hot soup. Barb, feel you, girl. I lived in New York City for 8 years, 8.5 years as a raw vegan. I was freezing my ass off. I would be eating smoothies with the oven on, standing in front of the oven. I would be bundled up in my own house because I lived in an old apartment and I didn't control the heat. So I would be freezing cold, drinking smoothies. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. In this case, here's what I did, okay? I used to make this date latte, and the recipe is actually in my free recipe book. If you click the link in my bio, you can download my free recipe book, or you can go to 100freerecipes.com, and it's a date latte. It's just dates, fresh ginger, cinnamon, and hot water. That in the blender. I think Kuba's had it before, right?
Definitely.
It's
You
so
made it
good.
for me at Woodstock.
And this will help you a lot. Also, dates are very high in calories, so you can get in the calories. You know, listen, do the best you can and try your very best to eventually move to the tropics, okay? Like me and Kuba did.
Also, like, well, I'm subtropics. I'm one step closer. I'm still not satisfied, but I'm so thankful I'm not in Canada where it's super cold right now and the fruit is shit. But you can also use like the Vitamix and those kind of blenders to warm up your foods and make like raw soups that are warm. And you can also drink like Jeanette's date latte, but also herbal teas. So what I do is I drink my like warm water. I use warm water and drink daily green boost powder and mix it with the water in the morning, and it warms my system. And then I bike to work, and I get to work, and I'm like warm. So it's a good way to start the day. And then it starts like you get colder and colder. So then I'll make a herbal tea during the lunch break because luckily we have hot water there. So like warm water really warms you up.
I put it away. But Daily Green Boost is amazing. Me and Kuba both drink it. I drink it every day now. Do you do it every day?
Yeah, I've been drinking it every day since I got it just around Christmas. And I'm like going through it too fast. I like it so much.
I love it. And you can actually, listen, we both love Daily Green Boost so much that we asked them for a discount code for our followers. So if you click the link in my bio or in Kuba's bio, I think you can get off, something like that.
Not on my bio, but you just use the code Kuba, Kuba.
There you go. I think my code is Ms.FitVegan, but the link is in my bio. Okay, this may not be the best thing to do, but I drink hot water after my smoothies to warm back up. I squeeze lemon juice in. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's a good idea. Ooh, Mommy Kins, I think you're the one who asked. Wait, I don't know. I was talking to you earlier, but let's get back to the topic. So you guys don't eat any cooked veggies? No, I do not eat any cooked veggies, but let me just say right now, if I had the choice between eating cooked veggies, like no oil, no salt, okay, cooked veggies, or eating a nut-based raw vegan meal, like a nut or seed or oil-based, I would go with the cooked veggies in this time of my life. This is what I would do because I have felt extremely like slow, sluggish, bloated from eating nuts, oils, and seeds and salt. I would stay away from those things. I would definitely say that cooked veggies is way healthier than the fat, oil-based, nut-based raw vegan recipes. So, Kuba, what would you say?
Cooked veggies are super healthy, especially if you steam them or boil them. So I mentioned at the beginning of this live that I did some cooked food at the start of this year, but I would do like chickpeas, more like the protein side, but I didn't really cook veggies. I eat broccoli regularly, and I would dip it in hummus or guacamole, but I just eat it raw, and I love it. It's so crunchy, and I really enjoy it.
I've never had broccoli. I've been raw 10 years, Kuba.
I eat broccoli regularly. Like
you know,
dip it in hummus or in guacamole.
I've never tried raw broccoli.
Broccoli or cauliflower and cucumbers and tomatoes, and I just dip them. And then as for other veggies, I'll juice them. Like carrots I'll juice, beets I'll juice, and then the greens.
Okay, so listen, Mommy Kins is the one who asked this question, so I'm so happy you're here. Okay, I want to get to all me and Kuba's tips and tricks because this is so important. When I first went raw, I allowed myself to eat whatever was raw vegan. Okay, I wasn't a strict fruit-based person, low fat, no fat, intermittent fasting, all this stuff, right? I would recommend for you, since you just said you're the one who asked the question, you get so hungry at the end of the day and you end up eating junk food. I know exactly what you're going through. You've got to, number one, eat more healthy food. You've got to eat more, and you've got to eat higher calorie foods, high density foods, such as bananas, dates, avocados. I would eat higher fat foods as well. Maybe like some hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds. I would stick to those kind of things. Don't be afraid of avocados right now, and coconut, and maybe even durian you can treat yourself to, because you need to feel satiated. Okay, you're going from eating very high calorie foods to very low calorie foods. So of course, you're still going to be hungry at the end of the night. You're just not eating enough calories. So make sure get at least one smoothie in a day that has between 800 and 1,000 calories. Okay, I focus on the bananas, the dates, put in some hemp seeds, some chia seeds in there, and then make sure that you're not eating things that are very, very low in calorie and low in fiber. I wouldn't juice if I were you, because that messes with people's hunger, right? Like if you juice, usually you're still hungry afterwards, okay? Unless you're like on a juice fast and you like forget that food is like real or whatever
Well,
happens.
unless you're a master juicer and you know how to drink enough to have it, a satiating meal of juice.
Yes, but fiber is really important when you're first transitioning to a healthy vegan diet. And I didn't restrict myself at all. I didn't do any intermittent fasting or any calorie counting or worry about how much fat I was eating when I first went raw for the first few years. And it really helped me. I never craved anything because I was always eating very high calorie foods. Yeah, nuts, seeds, avocado, lots of dressings, nut-based dressings. So Kuba, what's another tip that you would give to my friend? What's your real name? Mommykins. What's another tip you would give her to feel more satisfied eating fruit and veggies?
Well, see, I'm having the same issue as her
Oh.
because I'm not eating junk food at night, but I'm eating heavier, denser, like my salads with like a fat-based dressing. So it could be chickpeas. Like I can eat raw chickpeas, soak them for a couple of days, and then blend them up. Or it could be nuts or seeds. But then I put salt, and I just feel like it's heavy. Or I put like olives and oil and like all this stuff. So that's been my problem because I'm not satisfied by the like I'm hungry in the evening. So now I'm like really focused on carbing up, like fueling up earlier in the day, eating more earlier in the day. And I'm actually transitioning from like relying on juice for breakfast because I think that's been an issue too. So just like I still juice, but I'm just like eating earlier in the day. So eating early as I can, and then eating like a lot in the morning, a lot for lunch. So then in the evening, I'm not as hungry.
Yes, I would agree with that. I totally agree with that. Eat more calories sooner in the day. Okay. And Leanne, okay, your name is Leanne. Amazing. So I would personally recommend for you, I would say eat a fruit-based diet for breakfast and lunch. And then I would recommend to eat healthy cooked veggies at night with your salad. So listen, there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with like squash, sweet potatoes, there's all types of really healthy veggies you can put into your salad that have higher calories, especially like sweet potatoes and the like squashes, like butternut squash, acorn squash, all those really healthy squashes. I would recommend doing that for now. It's super healthy. It's high in calories and there's very low in fat, so you're not going to feel sluggish. You know, eating the high fat stuff, it does affect us, and we do not feel our best. But if we keep it low fat, high carb, whether that's cooked or raw, I think you will find that you'll feel satisfied, satiated. And they actually did a study. I don't eat potatoes, but they did a study and said that potatoes were the absolute most satisfying food on earth. And potatoes are a vegetable, so I would recommend that you put those in your salad for now, because it's better than eating junk food, okay? We want to focus on getting you off of the junk food forever. And a great way to start that is to do something like a starch solution diet or a raw till 4. Keep it very low fat, very high carb, and eat an abundance of fruit and veggies however you want. You know, listen, a great thing to do in the winter, I remember somebody was talking about they're freezing right now. Put some apples in the oven with cinnamon, some dates, some raisins. Bake those apples. When it comes out, put some maple syrup on it. It is so delicious. It's a great way to eat a fruit-based diet in the winter. Yes, you're cooking it, but listen, how much better is this than junk food, right? Like, come on, we're still eating a fruit-based diet, whether it's cooked or not cooked. Okay, let me get to some comments. Any comments on that, Kuba?
Yeah, so I noticed I can't do just like pure potatoes on their own because I get really dehydrated, but maybe it's also because I put some salt in the water. I wonder, no, I think even if it's no salt, like it just a cooked potato on its own, I don't know, I get dehydrated. But that's why I like what Jeanette said is adding it to your salad. So adding the potatoes or sweet potatoes or cooked food into your salad. So that way you're still having a lot of the raw, and then your digestive enzymes, the enzymes from the raw foods are working with your body, so you're not using more of your own enzymes.
Yes,
But when
and
you're eating just cooked, it's a really taxing on your digestive enzyme of your body. And then it's like more blood pumping to your pancreas, and that's why pancreas get enlarged. So it's better to have as much raw and add the cooked food with your raw as opposed to having just a cooked meal.
yeah, never eat cooked food alone. Never eat cooked food alone ever, because like Kuba just said, eating the raw food, the salad, the veggies, it's kind of like taking your enzymes. You're getting live enzymes. And the reason why people age so fast is because all of their enzymes, we have enzymes in our body, right? Digestive enzymes and different types of enzymes. And every time we eat cooked food, those enzymes go to digesting that food. And when we eat raw food, no enzymes need to be used. Raw food has their own live enzymes in it. So the reason why people age more rapidly when they eat cooked food or junk food or animal body parts is because we're using up all of our storage of live enzymes that we have in our bodies. And that's why me and Kuba look so young, because we eat an abundance of fresh fruit and vegetables that are alive with enzymes. We're almost 40, guys. We're almost 40. Kuba, how
You're
old are you?
almost 40. I'm in my early 30s.
Oh, well, I'll be
I just
37.
passed 35.
I'll be 37 in a few weeks, and
What's up, Arctic?
we look like teenagers. Okay, so listen, no French fries, no oil. The oil has to go, the salt has to go, and the best way to do that. What's the best way to give up anything you don't want to eat, Kuba?
Eat the good stuff that you do want to eat. Eat
Yes,
more of the good stuff. So focus on the good stuff instead of focusing on not eating the bad stuff. Because then
yes,
you'll just keep wanting it and craving it. So you
and
replace it with the good stuff.
get it out of your house. If it's in your house, it's in your mouth.
Yes.
If it's in your house, it's in your mouth. It doesn't really rhyme, but like we'll try to make it rhyme, okay? Because I'm telling you now, you will not be able to. Salt is addictive. Cooked food is addictive. You know, processed junk food is addictive. Oil is addictive. We have to get this stuff out of our house. Jessica says, eat less.
Finished my oil last night, and I told myself I'm not buying any more oil. Like, I need a break from oil
Yes,
for now.
fuck the oil. Fuck processed food, okay? Oil's a processed food. No, thank you. No, thank you to processed foods. Hello, friends. I don't know.
Arctic is my cousin from
Oh,
Poland too.
cool, cool. I was like, no, okay. Okay, what about someone who is watching their A1C allergic to avocados? Um,
What's A1C?
well, is that diabetes? What's A1C? Jenna, I'm sorry. Explain further, because that might be something we want to address, but I'm not quite sure what that means. If you're allergic to avocados, don't eat avocados, right? You know, tell us a little bit more. 1 meal a day of raw vegan diet, anyone? Oh no, 1 meal a day, people? Please stop. That's the best way to go back to eating dead animal body parts. Eating 1 meal a day. What a nightmare. What a bad idea that is. Yes,
I
potato.
think that's a path for the yogis. That's a path you can get to, but it's not something to force. I would never force that.
Yes, so I thought so. So pre-diabetic. Okay, so listen, what would I recommend to somebody who is pre-diabetic? I'm glad you asked, because I was pre-diabetic in 2008. In 2008, I was diagnosed. I was on my way to being diabetic, and I was eating kind of healthy. I was still eating animals, but I was eating like baked chicken. I was cooking all my own food. I thought I was healthy. I was taking probiotics, and I had really bad blood sugar issues, and it only healed. My blood sugar issues only leveled out when I gave up eating animal products. So my question to you, Jenna, is, are you vegan yet? If you are vegan, that's step one. Let's talk about that. And then if you're vegan, then we will get to step two. But you'll never be healthy eating dead animal body parts, ever.
Mm. You know
Um,
what I wanted to say? Do you have more to say about that?
and no, I just want to get back to on topic.
'Cause I wanted to say about that because you also mentioned about like if you're new to it, just don't worry about fat, eat as much fat or whatever else you want when it's raw. But I wanted to say that it's very important not to mix too much fat with too much sugar, because that's a lot of the blood sugar issues. Is that it's not like it's too much sugar in your blood because the fat is blocking it in your blood, because the fat is so dense it gets in your blood and it stays there, and then the sugar wants to go in and out quick, go through your body, pow. But when you have a lot of fat in your sugar, the fat in your blood, the sugar gets blocked in your blood and the fat doesn't let it back out. And that's why a lot of diabetes issues are actually from too much fat mixed with sugar.
I
So it's not
agree.
the
And
sugar
let me tell
itself.
you, When I first went raw, I was eating a very high fat diet, Kuba. I barely ate any fruit. So I felt great, right? I mean, I didn't feel as good as I feel now, but I felt good. Once I found Freely the Banana Girl on YouTube, I found out that she eats a lot of fruit. And I tried it one day and I got so fucked up, Kuba. I ate like 7 bananas in a row and I was so dizzy. I had to lie down. I had to leave work. Like my blood sugar was crazy because I was used to eating a lot of fat. And so I learned the hard way that, yes, what you just said is absolutely true. You do not want to mix a high fruit diet with a high fat diet. If you're going to eat a lot of fat, eat little fruit. But I really recommend you go with more fruit, more cooked carbohydrates if you can. You know, things like oats, I would prefer over fat. Things like quinoa over fat, you know, steamed veggies and squashes and potatoes. Okay. I want to just answer this real quick. Mommy Leanne said, do you guys have a favorite easy salad dressing that you go to most of the time? Kuba, what would you say?
Mine is the one I've been going to these last couple of months is the chickpea one. So I'll soak chickpeas at least one night or a couple of days. I'll soak chickpeas and I'll blend them with like a bunch of basil, like a head of basil, like way more basil than you might be used to. A bunch of cilantro, and then I'll spice it up with a bunch of spices. But I put salt in there, so you could just avoid the salt by not putting the salt in and just using spices.
So what is it?
Like
Chickpea? What is it again?
Chickpeas, raw chickpeas that are soaked for at least 8 hours. A bunch of basil, fresh basil, a bunch of cilantro, fresh cilantro, and then whatever spices you want, like pepper. I don't want to say salt because we're trying to avoid that. So instead of salt, you could put dulse or just like put celery or any seaweed vegetables. And then hot pepper, like a little piece of hot pepper. And then sometimes I put eggplant in there. You could put nutritional yeast if you're into that. You don't have to. And garlic. And then if you want, you could put some onion or onion powder.
Love it. Okay, I never tried that. I'm gonna try that. I think that's delicious. That sounds like really, really good. Creamy, right? Because of the chickpeas.
Creamy.
Yeah.
And I've been just making that, and I've been preferring, instead of using it on my salad, I've been preferring just to dip vegetables. So I would just do cucumber, tomatoes, celery, broccoli, and that's pretty much it. And I just prefer to dip, and like I feel like I save time instead of sitting and eating like a big salad.
I love it. Okay, let me give you some of my favorites because, you know, I make dressing every single night for years and years and years.
And you got low fat, low protein ones, right? Like date-based dressing.
Yeah, I have a lot of different ones. You can get my book. There are lots in there, 100freerecipes.com, but let me give you a few. Number one of my favorite ones to make is dates, red pepper, basil, smoked paprika, cayenne, lemon. So, so good, guys. You can put some hemp seeds in there if you really want it creamy, or sunflower seeds, but if you don't want any fat, that's a really good one. Another really
again?
Red pepper, dates, basil, lemon, garlic, forgot about the garlic, and smoked paprika and cayenne, or maybe a hot pepper. So good. So freaking good. And don't put any water. Put very little water.
So the base, like the base, like how my base is like chickpeas, is dates for yours.
Correct. Another great, easy, simple dressing, Leanne, okay, because I get really lazy sometimes, you know. Maybe not lazy, but like I'm busy, so I don't have time to make dressing sometimes. So what I will do is I will take, this is like the ultimate, like laziest dressing you can make. Put some lemon juice on your salad, some maple syrup on the salad, some smoked paprika, and crushed red peppers. Okay, mix it up. It's so good. It's sweet and salty, spicy. It's so good. And by the way, I don't use any salt ever. Salt does not agree with me. I get very thirsty. And so I don't keep salt in my house. Get it out of your house, guys, if you don't want it in your mouth. Okay, another dressing that I recommend.
I'm doing a break from salt and oils and all that.
Another great dressing. This is one for your like quick, easy, no blender needed. You get tahini, obviously. Okay, contraband. Tahini, lemon, water. Mix it in a bowl, mix it in a cup, and then you can put a spice in there. Like you can do cayenne or smoked paprika or curry powder or whatever spice you want. Mix it. It's the easiest dressing. That's it. It's so simple. Lemon, tahini, water, and the spice. Very
Gotcha.
simple.
Speaking
Okay,
of
so some,
tahini, I forgot that in my chickpea dressing, I also put sesame seed.
oh, wow.
I like to use like where there's recipes for like tahini, I'll put sesame seeds. Where there's recipes for like peanut butter, I'll put peanuts.
Well, listen, I also used to make a lot of dressings with sunflower seeds. So sunflower seeds, maybe a date, some lemon, garlic, some spices. It's so delicious. You can put celery, like Kuba said, put celery in your dressing. It makes it nice and a little bit salty. Okay, somebody asked, does 30 bananas a day still work? Does the website work, you mean, or the diet?
Okay, the diet.
Try berries, white beans, lemon seasoning. This is from Nutmeg Notebook. Okay, berries, white beans, lemon. I don't eat beans, so that will not work for me.
I'll be down to try. I'll soak and sprout white beans. Why not?
Do it. Berries, beans, lemon, and seasoning. Interesting. Berries. Interesting. Salt alternatives. Great question, Jadelle. Okay, so I would say celery, greens. I like to put a lot of greens into my dressing, like a bunch of spinach or a bunch of herbs. Yeah, fresh herbs, really good for dressing. And that way I get even more greens in my, salad than I'm eating, right? And so salt alternatives, greens are high in natural salt. Celery is high in natural salt. Seaweed, like nori, you can break up some nori or put it in your dressing. Anything else, Kuba?
Like seaweeds, nori. The three I use is nori, dulse, and wakame. Wakame is really salty as well.
Also, lemon and lime have natural sodium in them as well. So I would recommend you definitely drink, if you're craving salt, drink lemon or lime water. Put lemon and lime on your salad. They're very high in natural sodium as well. And so is coconuts. Coconuts are high in natural sodium, even though they don't taste
Oh
salty.
yeah, coconut water is pretty salty.
Your body's craving natural sodium, okay? So you're going to have to give it what it wants. Instead of giving it the processed table salt, give it natural sodium, which you'll find in all those things. Okay, lemon juice plus flax meal plus cayenne plus sesame. Ooh, yeah, that's delicious. Any type of like nut or seed with spices and stuff, really good. Does too much spinach cause, oh, oxalic overdose? Right. Freely likes to talk about that. Okay.
So tell me about it.
Kuba, what are your thoughts on some people that say that greens are toxic to the body?
Oh yeah, yeah. We were originally almost gonna make a live about that.
Yeah.
I would say like, dude, like we grew up in a world of processed food, cooked dairy and meats from factory farms and all this stuff. And now we're eating raw living plants and we're worried about like it being toxic. So like I'm not that worried about it. I'll use tons of spinach and tons of arugula and tons of greens. I know Lauren Lockman, he's all about water fasting and a fruit diet. And he talked about like arugula and stuff tastes bitter because that's like the plant giving off poison to protect itself. But I don't know, like I'm down to eat all the stuff. I'm down to juice them, like the hard ones like kale and stuff that might be hard to digest. Then like I'll just juice it or blend it to make it more usable by my body. So
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. But I'm curious, do you have what are your thoughts? And what are Freely's thoughts?
Yes. So, I mean, listen, I'm a big Freely fan, but just because I'm a fan of somebody's doesn't mean I'm going to take everything that they say as truth. They're on their own journey, just like I'm on my own journey, right? So I know for a fact, like Freely, she says, eat as many dates as you want. I know for a fact that dates have really done a lot of damage to my teeth, and they don't work for me. Are you about to eat some dates? Is that what's going? Yeah.
Such a rebel.
You'll never see me eat a date on camera. You'll never see me eat a date on camera because I don't eat it in real life, because I've just been through too much. I ate too many. I didn't take care of my teeth for so many years. And,
It's better to put it into your smoothies.
I don't blame Freely, right? She didn't have that experience. So now Freely talks about how greens may have too much oxalic acid and they might be bad for us. But I personally feel better the more greens I have. Okay, personally, if I go a day without greens, I don't feel great. So I don't know if that's true or not. To each his own. Listen, if you're worried about dark greens having too much oxalic acid, then stick to the baby greens, the romaine, and the
The lettuce.
Yeah, the lettuces and the baby greens and the light colored ones. Listen, I'm not worried about it. Like Kuba just said, like I grew up eating McDonald's. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure dark greens are okay compared to McDonald's. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
So, honey, do
And
you have,
also
yeah.
for 30 bananas a day, I would say if you do that, make sure you're eating lettuces and greens too to like balance out the sugar.
Yes. Greens are so great because they have minerals. And when you deplete all of your own minerals and live enzymes by eating junk food, which is what I did for 25 years of my life, 25 years of my life, I ate really bad. I've only been eating good for 10 years, right? So I believe that
27 for me.
I need to like overdose on healthy food now. I need to eat a lot of minerals, a lot of vitamins, a lot of nutrition to make up for all that time. So I'm not worried about that per se. But good question. Good question. It's hard to know what to do, right? There's so much conflicting information out there. So that's why we exist. We just want to share our story and our
But
journey.
that's why it's also important to listen to your body and know what's best for you. Like try it out. Like if you feel good on greens, then keep eating the greens. If you feel good on bananas, keep eating the bananas. If you feel bad on something, then don't eat it. But like test out your body and get in tune. Like the thing about a raw diet and a fruit-based diet is you're cleaning out all this mucus and debris that's been built up in your body your whole life. So you're letting all these like channels of energy flow, and that goes from your gut to your brain, and you start like being more connected to nature and stuff. You're like your spirit becomes awake. You feel feelings that you've never felt before. And when that happens, you become more intuitive and you realize more of like what's good for you and what's bad for you. And you know in the moment, you don't have to like know the science per se or what this guru or that person said. You know yourself because you're in tune with nature. That's what happens the more living foods you introduce in your body.
Perfectly said. And I think that's why I can't work a job that I hate anymore. I physically can't.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Exactly.
physically can't. And it's because like my body knows what I'm supposed to be doing. My spirit knows what I'm supposed to be doing on this earth. So I can't work at a bank. I can't work at Walgreens, like I can't just do that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's wrap up the topic. So tips on how to feel full and satisfied on a healthy vegan diet. Kuba said to stock up. Okay. He said to make sure you have ripe fruit, unripe fruit, and overripe fruit. You can freeze it always, right? You never need to throw anything away. Kuba also gave a great tip. Golden kiwis ripen faster than green kiwis. I didn't know that. So that's pretty cool.
It
Um,
just seems that way when I buy it from the store.
yeah, I never noticed that, but you're right. I said smoothies. So the third tip was make sure you're having smoothies. You're packing in the calories in the smoothies and smoothie bowls. This is a great way to also gain weight on a raw vegan diet. Okay, it's also a, a thing you want to be careful of if you're trying to lose weight. If you're trying to lose weight, you don't really want to be packing in the calories, right? But we're talking about how to feel full and satisfied. So having high calorie smoothies is a good idea. Eat fatty foods if you want to feel more satisfied. Okay, avocados and durians and coconuts are the healthiest, but there's also nuts and seeds that helps you feel full and satisfied. I would also say, what does this say? Oh, portion size. I wrote down portion size, Kuba. So you cannot eat the same size food, like plate, that you used to eat. As a raw vegan or a healthy vegan, you're gonna have to eat double, triple, quadruple the amount of food that you used to eat. Okay, so don't even think for 1 second that you can have one orange for breakfast. Like I laugh at people when some of my clients, they send me what they're eating, and it is so obvious as to why they keep falling off the diet or why they just cannot stay on a healthy vegan lifestyle. Eating one orange and one banana and one strawberry, what in the world are you doing? This is not going to work, you know?
But if you're a newbie, there's a chance that you might not be able to fit more because you're not used to it. So I would just say, wait 30 minutes, wait a bit, and then eat more of that same thing. Eat more oranges, eat more strawberries. Just wait 30 minutes, maybe an hour. You get hungry, eat more of it. Doesn't mean you have to like eat something else. You have to look for calories. Like just eat the same damn thing, but eat more of it. And if you can't handle it in one sitting, make it into 2 sittings or 3 sittings
That's a great tip. That's a really
until
good
your body gets used to that volume.
That's a great point. I didn't have that problem personally because I had like I was a binge eater before I went raw vegan, and so I was constantly putting such large volumes of food into my stomach. My stomach was very large to begin with, so I just had no problem shoving in the calories from fruit and vegetables, right? But yeah, that's a great point. Any more tips and tricks you would give people to feel satisfied?
Yeah, the other one we said, well, I said to make sure you focus on the fruit and the foods that you like, that you enjoy, buy a lot of that, and then eat early in the day as much as you can earlier in the day. So then at night you're not as hungry.
Yeah, great advice. And listen, guys, don't take advice from anyone you don't want to trade places with. I see a lot of people taking advice from people that aren't doing what they're doing. If you have questions about how to eat a healthy vegan diet, you want to ask people like me and Kuba. You don't want to ask people that are eating, because people in my life still, they give me advice, but I don't want to eat like them. Why would I take advice from them?
Me too. I'm like, I'm not taking your advice because you don't have.
Yeah, some people say to me, "Oh, you better be careful about your iron levels." But like you're sick, so like what? Like what? Please, please, guys, find somebody that you admire that is doing what you want to do, and ask them questions and do that what they're doing. And what we're doing, we just told you. Everything we just said is what we do on a daily basis. If we just like we're naturally healthy, okay, we wouldn't even be here talking to you because it wouldn't be amazing to us that we overcame our food addictions and changed our lifestyle and our diet. Okay, we're not naturally healthy people. We learned how to eat this diet and how to make it work for us, and everything seems hard before you do it. So if you are trying to be healthy and it's hard for you right now, that's okay. It's supposed to be hard in the beginning. Everything is hard before you know how to do it. Put in the reps, keep trying, keep asking questions, keep watching lives like this. Follow
Yeah.
Kuba if you're not following him. He's
Get
awesome.
connected to these communities, you know.
And yeah,
And maybe take a break from your regular people. Take a break if you're starting out. Take a break from your friends, like going out and all that stuff, and get used to this diet and this lifestyle on your own. Take some time, meditate, yoga, come to these lives,
yeah,
watch YouTube, Instagram, and when you feel ready, like after a month or so, then you can go out and be social and like bring your own food and all that. But
yeah,
like if you
great
keep,
point.
if you keep being in the same situations where you get into temptation or you fall off, like you're not going to succeed. So you have to like cut yourself off from that for a while.
Great point. Your environment is 90% of your success. Get the food out of your house that you don't want to eat. And like Kuba just said, focus on your goals right now. Take some time to yourself to not be surrounded by the foods that you might love and are addicted to, but you know they don't serve you. And take time to detox mentally, physically, emotionally. And then you can go back. Now it's easy for me to, I have junk food in the house because I live with a roommate. It's so easy for me now. But in the beginning, I would never be able to live with my best friend. I would never be able to because I was addicted to that food. Take some time, okay? Everything changes in the best way. Yes, Natalie, yes, everything changes. Everything changes, not just your physical body, but when you start taking care of yourself, your whole life changes. Like the way you're able to think more clearly, the way you're able to handle your emotions, handle when hard things happen, like bad things happen in the world and in your life. Everything is different, and you can totally also feel a more sense of confidence too. When you eat healthy, you feel better about yourself, and that translates into your personal life, your relationships, your career, the confidence that comes with knowing that you are in control of what you eat. But you got to eat enough, guys. Don't expect to be starving yourself, and then at the end of the day, of course you're going to eat junk food. You've got to have enough fruit and veggies in the house. Get the stuff out of the house. Jadelle, if you live with a family, if you live with family members that eat junk food, I would highly recommend that you sit down with everybody in the family and say, listen, I am trying to get my health under control. I need you guys to eat that stuff out of the house. It can't be in the house. It can't be in the house. And listen, if it's important to you, if it's a priority, you'll make it happen. If you were an alcoholic, you wouldn't allow alcohol in the house. If you were a cocaine addict, you wouldn't have cocaine sitting on your countertop. Food is the same thing. This processed junk food, these processed sugars and processed flours and all this junk food, it's drugs. It's not food. It's drugs. Hey, Nicole.
That's what makes this journey so much harder for us because it's like with alcohol and drugs, we're like so much more supported. But with food, people think we're being like, we're exaggerating. Or they don't think it's like a drug, you know, but food is a drug. processed food has so many chemicals in it. That's why we're addicted to it. Like, why can't we just stop eating it if it's not a drug? You know, that's why it's hard.
Absolutely. Nicole, do you want to join us? Oh, I really want to go live with Nicole one day. I love her so much. And
Oh, yeah, you could do more than 2 people, yeah.
Nicole, join us. Join us. And she's probably eating some drugs right now. No, just kidding. I love her so much. And yeah, I mean, listen, everything Kuba said is true. And I highly recommend you follow him for some great content.
That's why I like your advice of like sitting down with your family and actually asking them to help you. That's really important.
They love you, they'll help you. And it's not even about the food at that point. It's about you setting your boundaries, you know? It's about you standing up for yourself, maybe for the first time in your life, and saying, you know what? I need you guys to do this. This is part of my healing process, getting the junk food out of the house. Or listen, you can buy us food safe. There's food safes where you put the food in the safe and they have the combination and you don't have it. I mean, I think the other way is to ask your family to please not eat it in the house. It's not good for them either. Junk food is not good for anyone. They're going to have health issues. Hey, Jadelle. Jadelle's still here. Perfect. But they're not going to be healthy either. And yeah, that's it. Okay, Kuba, what are you up to right now? And what are you working on right now? And what can people support from you? And where can they find other content from you?
So right now on my Instagram, it's raw Kuba. So RAWKUBA. And I have some free resources if you're starting out, I have a 7-day video series to transition to a healthy diet. I also have a free cleansing guide if you want to do like a short cleanse. Jeanette's not big on cleansing, but I'm the type of person who promotes small cleanses and then rebuilding with the healthy stuff. But like the rebuilding is so important because too many people cleanse and then fall off and go back to old habits. So yeah, you can find that there. And then I'm also a detox specialist and a health coach. So if you want to jump on a call and see if we're fit to work together, that's always a possibility as well.
There you go. Yeah, and you know, Kuba is not going to try to sell you anything on this call. He just really wants to help people, okay? And so if it's a good fit for you guys, then you guys can maybe work together, right? But just hop on a call with Kuba. I highly recommend it because Kuba actually is one of those people that really cares. He really cares about you and your health and helping people see the results that he's seen by getting off the junk food and changing their life, okay? I'm telling you right now, it's very hard to do it on your own. If you do it with somebody else, you're going to be much more likely to succeed. So thank you so much, Kuba. I really appreciate you for being here. Everybody go follow Kuba. He also has a YouTube channel.
In case there's pardon?
Oh, I was just saying he also has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is linked in my bio as well.
Perfect.
So you'll see that, where I talk about living foods, connecting with nature, and I also have some conscious hip hop on there. And for my followers, let them know about you.
Oh, thank you.
Vegan, yes.
So yeah, my name is Ms.FitVegan. I actually am going live every single day on YouTube, ms.fitvegan, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Mornings with Ms.FitVegan. If you tune in tomorrow, we're going to be making strawberry jam, 2 ingredients only. Super simple, super delicious.
I just made your jam the other day, and I have it in my fridge.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh, thing. Okay, so we're also going to be, so every single day I do a recipe and answer questions. I got some great questions already for tomorrow, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Kuba, for putting me in the chat. And I also have a free recipe book. It's called 100freerecipes.com. If you want to check it out, it's totally free. You just put in your email, and I will never sell your email address ever. That's disgusting. I would never do that. It's just a way for me to send you the book. And what time? It's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how to do it on YouTube and Instagram at the same time, but I don't know how to do that. I only have one phone, so we'll see. Yeah, I also have a beauty book. All my resources, you can check out the link in my bio. So, Kuba, what is one piece of advice to leave everybody with that you would have loved somebody to tell you when you were first starting out and struggling and you didn't know what to do to be healthy? What is some advice that you would have loved your younger self to hear, like 10 years ago?
10 years ago, I wish I learned about what detoxification is, like how it works on the body. Because at the beginning it was just like, eat fruit and you'll feel amazing and everything's okay. And then I'm like, that happened, but then like, why couldn't I keep it up? Why did I keep falling off? Why did I like not be able to keep it up when I was with my family? Because I didn't understand how the body works and what's happening when toxins are leaving. So 10 years ago, I would have told myself to learn about detoxification so that I could be more gentle with myself in those moments where I did fall off. Because I would understand the process, toxins are leaving. So cravings come up, it's because toxins are going through our blood, through our intestine. So I would like learn about the body, learn what's happening, so you could be gentle with yourself and don't beat yourself up.
I love that advice. It's so good. Okay, thank you so much, Kuba. I really appreciate you. I will let Kuba go, and I'm going to answer some questions.
Thank you, Jeanette.
In the
That was
comments.
lovely. It was good to be back on Instagram Live.
Thank you so much. Love you, Kuba. And I know it's late for you, so go to bed.
So I get the drift. You're kicking me off, and you keep doing your thing.
And thank you so much.
I'll check the comments too.
Questions about my book in a few minutes. But thank you so much, Kuba. I will see you soon. Thank you for everything. Bye. Everybody say
good night. Bye, everyone. Thank you. It was really nice to connect.
Spain, so it's quite late. Thank you, Kuba.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty. So now, sorry about that. Somebody said, I'm about to leave, but somebody said that they tried to get my book. Okay, so I got it when you were on Chef AJ. It does not download. I'm so sorry about that. First of all, DM me your email address. I will try to find another way to get it to you. I have no idea why it didn't download, but I will share it with you from my email, my personal email. We'll see if that works. If I already tried that, let me know if we already tried that. And then I will try to shrink the PDF. Maybe that will work better. You know, I'm not a technologically gifted person, but we'll try to work it out. So DM me, Barb, your email, and hopefully we can work that out right after this. Okay, some advice that I would give my younger self. There's so much, but I would personally say that you need to understand that it's not your fault. So what Kuba just said really resonated with me because I always blamed myself for eating junk food and being addicted to processed food and ice cream and animal products. And it was not my fault. It was the food I was eating. Okay. It's highly addictive. And I personally know that it's not possible to get your addiction out of your life while living with the food in your house. I personally don't believe it's possible. I've never seen it done long term. Okay. And so if you live in a house with the food that you're addicted to, prepare to fall off until you get it out of your house. It takes a very, very strong-willed person. Like Nicole, she has a lot of willpower. She might be able to do it. I don't have that kind of willpower. You have to go years without the food in your house, and then maybe you can live with it in your house, maybe. But that food that you're addicted to is not good for your family either. It's very, very bad for them, and they will suffer health problems because of that food in the house. Get it out of the house. Get it out of the house. It's disgusting. There's healthy alternative ways to make everything you love: ice cream, cookies, cakes, candies, all that stuff. Okay, so I love you guys. If you want some recipes, click the link in my bio. You get a free book with lots of alternatives: ice creams, cookies, cakes, brownies, everything that you could want, you can make in a healthy way for your kids, for your family, so they can live a healthy life. I know nobody wants their kids and family members to have diseases and suffer either. So why not just get it out of the house? Get that food out of the house. If it's in the house, it's in your mouth. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Oh, whoa. Sorry about that. So we got some questions. You can get one. Jeanette sells them. What do I sell? I love your cool shirt. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Nicole. Yes, I do. Eat fruit, be cute. Click the link in my bio. We have lots of merchandise. When I say we, I just mean me. It's just, I don't know why I say we, but it's just me. Okay, thanks, Barb. Email me, please. I love you, Nicole. Thank you, Know Thyself, for following me. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that's here. Kiwi, Keisha, I love you and miss you, and hopefully you can come visit me soon. And Nicole, for sure, you need to visit me soon because that cold, that's not for humans. The cold that Nicole is experiencing in Canada right now, not for humans. Okay, guys, I'm going to go eat some fruit because I want to stay cute. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Yes, I'm still live, Frank, but I'm leaving now. Okay, love you. Bye.